Welcome to the Empower Room for Empowering Moments with your host, Timothy Hughes. Empowering Moments is brought to you by Empower Media LLC, where we empower you, parents, and the entire community with transformative information to move mind and spirit to a higher state of well-being. So welcome to the Empower Room, and let's get started.
Hey, how y'all doing? I know it is Friday in the early afternoon, but there is so much going on, and I don't know about you with all this going on with voting and things of that nature. I thought it would be just great to come on, send some empowering information that has come my way that I wanted to share with you all on today. So, hope you're having a great afternoon. Won't be before you long, but just to give you a little intro of what this is about. This is Empower Media, and we do empowering moments. I'm your host, Timothy B. Hughes, and Div. We ask that you please like our page, subscribe to our YouTube page, send us a comment, send us an emoji. We're about doing something, all right? So just wanted to come on and briefly share some thoughts as it relates to one of the areas that we cover in the Empower Room on Sundays is civic concerns. And we are in a major civic concern, as we all know, dealing with the election. So grateful I was able to early vote early this week and grateful for that opportunity. And I want to encourage everyone who has that opportunity to early vote, please take advantage of early voting. It was a smooth process here where I'm at in Dallas. Wasn't a long line. It was very well organized. Was able to get in and out within probably less than 30 minutes. So it was a wonderful process. It was good to see that many people out at the poll this early. Was in the early, I think it was morning when I went, morning, early afternoon when I went to vote, and there was a nice line right at the door as you enter into the voting location that we vote at. So very good, well attended. For instance, the attendance of those that are early voting is hitting record highs. So that's a good thing. So just with all that's going on and various comments we're hearing and news reports and polls and all that, just wanted to come on and share some information that I thought was very impactful to me that I heard this week. And we'll probably doing this periodically up until November 5th as well, outside of our regular programming on Sundays at 3:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. So I wanted to focus on the civic concerns. Again, we're 11 days out before the November 5th election. And I was really struck by an interview that I heard on MSNBC that I wanted to share, and hope that you have seen it. If not, leave us your thoughts and your comments on what you feel about this dialogue or conversation that was had on MSNBC earlier this week. Let me see if I can go ahead and bring that up, and we'll get it going.
It's not about race. When people knew, social scientists were already writing that what America's not unique in its sins as a country. We're not unique in our evils, to be honest with you. I think where we may be singular is our a refusal to acknowledge them and the legends and myths we tell to hide and cover and conceal so that we can maintain a kind of willful ignorance that protects our innocence. See, the thing is that when the Tea Party was happening, we were saying, pundits, oh, it's just about economic populism. It's not about race. When people knew, social scientists were already writing that what was driving the Tea Party were anxieties about demographic shifts, that the country was changing, that they were seeing these racially ambiguous babies on Cheerios commercials, that the country wasn't quite feeling like it was a white nation anymore. And people were screaming from the top of their lungs, yo, this is not just simply economic populism. This is the ugly underbelly of the country. See, the thing is this, and I'll say this and I'll take the hit on it. There are communities that have had to bear the brunt of America confronting, white Americans confronting the danger of their innocence. And it happens every generation. So somehow we have to kind of, oh my God, is this who we are? And just again, here's another generation of babies. Think about it, a 2-year-old had his bones broken by two parents trying to shield him from being killed. A woman who has been married to this man for as long as I've been on the planet almost, lost her husband. For what? And so what we know is that the country has been playing politics for a long time on this hatred. We know this. So it's easy for us to place it all on Donald Trump's shoulders. It's easy for us to place Pittsburgh on his shoulders. It's easy for me to place Charlottesville on his shoulders. It's easy for us to place El Paso on his shoulders. This is us. And if we're going to get past this, we can't blame it on him. He's a manifestation of the ugliness that's in us. I've had the privilege of growing up in a tradition that didn't believe in the myths and the legends because we had to bear the brunt of them. Either we're going to change, Nicole, or we're going to do this again and again, and babies are going to have to grow up without mothers and fathers, uncles and aunts, friends, while we're trying to convince white folk to finally leave behind a history that will maybe, or embrace a history that might set them free from being white. Finally.
What else?
Lord help.
Well, what did you think of that engagement? That, I think, really this is really profound. I thought what he had to say with the anxiety that I've been feeling. I don't know about you. I'm going to be transparent with myself in regard to this election and the perplexity of thought processes of those that we have before us that were voting for specifically Trump. And, you know, we've been taught to critically think through school. I've been blessed to go to public schools in St. Louis, gone to college, junior college, Fontbine University. I graduated from, I got my master's from Eden Theological Seminary, and have preached and done work, you know, in the church and in the community and all that. But as I try to wrap my head around how he has been selected by the Republican Party to represent the Republican Party, it's beyond comprehension to me in regard to my understanding of how why we're in this place. But I think Professor Cloud Jr. just kind of help to give us context in regard to what we're experiencing. And I know I've shared on the show too. There have been there was a quote by Lyndon B. Johnson that I think is very befitting and worth us reflecting on. And it reads, if you will, if you can convince the lowest white man he's better than the best colored man, he won't notice you're picking his pocket. He'll give him somebody to look down on, and he will simply his pocket for him. He will simply pick his pocket for him. Lyndon B. Johnson. So I'm sorry, it was hard for me to read it. It's kind of small, but I hope you can read it from your vantage point. But this was coming from a former president stating this. And it's like, okay, is this why this is not making logical sense? Because here we have presidential candidate from the Republican Party, 45. And he's an insurrectionist from January the 6th. All right. That's seen it with our own eyes, visually, video. Police officers were injured, killed. Vice president at that time threatened, along with other political politicians being threatened. Pelosi, the list goes on and on. During the COVID pandemic, he expressed using bleach as a remedy for COVID. And the man has been found guilty of 34 counts. He's a felon. So just with those three, and how we have been taught, I believe, universally from an educational standpoint, be ye whatever ethnicity you may be, we've been taught to critically think. But I'm reminded, my wife and I were at the second inauguration for President Obama in Washington, D.C. And what we heard there were a lot of students there, from all over the country there. I mean, the place was just amazing. It was an amazing sight to be there. We went with students from the high school I was working at the time, McClure South Berkeley High School, and had a wonderful cultural experience, of course, being there in the midst of the inauguration there in Washington, D.C. But I constantly heard from young white students that their parents told them, you better not bring anything with Obama's face on it up in this house. If you do, you will not be able to live here. You will not be able to get in the house, this, that, and the other, so on and so forth. And it has stuck with me all this time since the election. And I just was amazed at what I heard. And so parents were telling their children, their white children, not to bring anything with Obama's face or name or anything in their house. What a missed opportunity for unity that is needed in our country from the highest position in the land. Why not teach respect for those in that office versus showing divisiveness and shaping your children to be racist? Basically, it's what it was. So, with that, like I said, I'm going to come on occasionally and share some thoughts that catch our eye here in the Empower Room up until the election. And as we wrestle through this time, these 11 days, thank God for the early voting. I'm so grateful we had the opportunity. I'm so glad I had the opportunity to finally exercise my right and my choice to vote. And I pray that everyone takes this as seriously as I feel I am, and sharing with you to please vote. If you are not decided or whatever, please make sure you vote. I mean, and I know there's those that may not be registered, so on and so forth. There's some places where you can register on the spot and vote, depending on what state you're in. So please make sure that you do this. I mean, because this is a different time and space that we're in, and these are very serious times. So just want to encourage you with that today. And there was a quote that my wife had shared with me that I thought was very impactful, that I want us to be able to take a moment of woosah with or whatever, change the channel. There are times I have to get in a different headspace. And this quote I think is very powerful. Music is very therapeutic for me. All right. And it says, music washes away from the soul dust of everyday life. All right. Music washes away from the soul the dust of everyday life by Berthold Arbach. So I pray that, you do things that you can change the channel with, and turn the news off, turn on some music, listen to your favorite artists, go out to a live performance or something, because there's so much power in music. It really is. And just do something to help to ease the anxiety, the tensions that we're experiencing, and prayerfully, and much prayer. I definitely recommend we definitely pray for sure for a outcome that favors our country for sure. And it's sure not 45. It's Kamala Harris. So let's make it happen. All right. So we just want to come on just a little bit on the day. It's been heavy on my heart for the last couple of days, and hope you have a blessed day. Encourage folks to vote. If they haven't voted, if you're able to early vote, please encourage you to do that for sure. And we'll see you back in the Empower Room soon. All right. So y'all have a blessed day, and thank you for joining me in the Empower Room. Hope you have a blessed rest of the weekend as we get ready to go into the weekend. All right. God bless. We'll have a repeat show for you on Sunday, and hope you have a blessed rest of the afternoon and evening. God bless.
Thank you for joining us in the Empower Room. Hope you have received some impactful information. Please like or leave a comment. See you next week in the Empower Room, brought to you by Empower Media LLC and your host, Reverend Timothy Hughes, aka Rev T. Thank you for joining us in the Empower Room. Hope you have received some impactful information. Please like or leave a comment. See you next week in the Empower Room, brought to you by Empower Media LLC and your host, Reverend Timothy Hughes, aka Rev T.